What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Malik Scott, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Get this. Malik Scott stated, Deontay Wilder said this. He said, if Joshua's free, that's a bigger name than Jared Anderson. Deontay Wilder, for the right price and the right legacy, would fly to Wembley to fight AJ faster than Superman changes his clothes. He also continued with, Deontay Wilder would fight AJ anywhere. He went to Russia to fight Alexander Povetkin, and he'll fight anyone anywhere in the world. He's a world fighter, not a fighter that just fights at home. And those are the words of Malik Scott, and let me counterpunch. I believe that statement now. Okay, I do believe that statement, and I do believe what Malik Scott mentioned about Wilder is evidence that if he beats Zhilei Zhang, there won't be a Jared Anderson fight. Period. Because once Wilder does something, especially let him stop him. Now, if it's a grueling fight, kind of like how Parker and Zhang was, maybe there may be a Jared Anderson fight, because at that point, Turki Al-Sheikh probably wouldn't want to see Joshua and Wilder simply because, you know, of the adversity and what happened in that fight, especially if it's a difficult fight for Wilder. But I'll say this. With Wilder, and he's sitting there saying, well, hey, he'll fight him, you know, he'll fight him anywhere and this and that. He went to Russia to fight Povetkin. Yeah, he went to Russia to fight Povetkin, but he didn't fight Povetkin. He never fought Povetkin. And I know what Malik Scott meant. That means he's willing to travel. Well, like I said, I think Wilder would fight AJ now in Wembley or anywhere, simply because he knows this is the last of the road. There's nowhere else to really go. Usyk is fighting Tyson Fury, and whoever wins, it's going to be a wash. If Tyson beats Usyk, then no one will want to fight Usyk anyway, because for one, he's too talented. For two, he's too troublesome. And for three, he doesn't have any belts anymore because Tyson Fury took them. There's a lot of people's mind retook them, okay, because he had the unified championship of the world at one point. He just didn't have the WBC attached to it, but now he will have everything through it. Bars. But I have to keep it a buck. Him saying that he'll fight anywhere, he'll come to your backyard, he'll do this and that, and he wasn't that type of fighter before. In fact, Deontay Wilder, back in 2018 and 19, that's why they lobbied with the $50 million for AJ to break his contract with Sky Sports in order to come over to fight in the States for $50 million, because Deontay Wilder didn't really want to go there. He didn't want to go there after he knew Anthony Joshua had 2 dates where he actually fought Povetkin and stopped him in the 7th round, something that Deontay Wilder didn't do. But he had another date for April in 2019, which Deontay Wilder wasn't interested in doing in the first place. And his response was, they're begging us now. Well, how can someone beg you for a fight when they're undefeated and they're unified champion, and you claim that they were ducking you by offering you deals? Which one is it? So no, you can miss me with the, oh, well, yeah, he'll fight AJ anywhere. Yeah, probably now, because things change. He's not a champion no more. He's got his ass whooped 3 times. A lot of people will argue for. So yeah, I think he will take that fight. But again, this is all contingent on him beating Zhang, okay? So just for him mentioning Zhang or Joshua over Anderson, that already tells you if they beat Zhang, they're not going to look at Jared Anderson. That's something that Turki Al-Sheikh is brewing up, but that doesn't mean it's set in stone, okay? That's all that really means. In a nutshell, that's what it is, okay? But him saying he'll fight AJ anywhere, I mean, yeah, it sounds good, because he knows the farther and the more fighters that he takes on, and the more dangerous and the more competitive these fighters are, it's going to be a chance that you might not get that fight. So why would you fight and you happen to beat Zhang? Why would you go into a Jared Anderson fight when it's an opportunity to take on AJ for millions of dollars in front of the biggest stage and the biggest crowd you've ever seen in your life at one time and one night? Right? So I think that's where they're gearing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're promoting, which I say by this time, I'm not bitter about it, but I always have to remind people of the facts of why these guys didn't fight before. However, better late than never. If he gets past Zhang, that's the fight I want to see. If he can knock Zhang out, let's see Wilder versus AJ, Wembley Stadium, September. Let's do it. Forget about Jared Anderson. Let him fight someone else. Because me personally, I like Jared Anderson. Don't get me wrong. But based on his mentality, based on his activity, based on the things that he's been through, you know, and things of that nature, I think they are trying to push him a little bit too fast. Especially when a person that has admitted in front of a legend like Roy Jones Jr., the rest of the world, that he's going through too much pressure. So I think they need to put, when I say they, I'm talking about Turki Al-Sheikh. He needs to put Jared Anderson in there with somebody that is like a Frank Sanchez or maybe the loser out of Frank Sanchez and I get Caballo to see what he can do with a fighter like that before talking about fighting a former champion. I know he's fought Charles Martin, and Charles Martin ain't a Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry. Okay. Martin had it for 6 months. Deontay Wilder had it for damn near 6 years. That's the difference, okay, in holding the strap, okay, and doing what he did while he had it, even though a lot of people wouldn't say that's much, but he did go through Luis Ortiz, and he was the first to do it, so he always has that claim, and you can't take it away from Luis Ortiz because he was still game. Bars. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Malik Scott stating that Deontay Wilder would fight Anthony Joshua for the right price anywhere, anytime. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.